The team that lost tonight, that got kind of uh, they it hasn't been looking pretty for them. The Chicago Bulls, they re-signed Billy Donovan earlier this week. He's had some success. They brought them
Yeah,
to the first time the playoff appearance for the first time in a couple years since they
yeah.
had D Rose, Joakim Noah. What were your thoughts on re-signing them? Because Palma, our other co-host who is not here today, said this would be a team that could be a seller as far as selling Nikola Vucevic, DeMar DeRozan, Kobe White,
Mhm.
some of the players on the team. How do you feel about them re-signing Billy Donovan?
Well, Billy Donovan, he's a big name. He has a
Mm-hmm.
reputation in the league. He has history in the league, and I think what he did with the Bulls last year was amazing. Because before that, the Bulls were just up and down, up and down. And I think what's happening with the franchise right now is they're just buying into this whole lineup that they're building, and I don't think they're done building it. Like with the lineup they put together last year, with Levine, Vucevic, it worked. It definitely worked. I think right now they're just still trying to figure it out. They're still trying to figure it out. They know that Donovan got them there last year, and
Yeah.
that's great. The problem that I'm worried about with them is they can't jump the gun on that. It was one season they made the playoffs. You just can't think that, oh, we made the playoffs last year. Oh, we have the momentum. It's going to be the same thing. Let's run it back.
Mm-mm.
I think I think right now they're just kind of in a hurry. They need to trust the process. And I think honestly, it's a good move for Chicago. You're not seeing the results yet, but I do agree with Palma about selling. I think that you can get valuable assets for Vucevic down the line,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily for your starting five, but just for your bench. You need key role players because their starting five on paper, it's looking good. And I think what matters more with this team not is the starting five, but you need the shooters. You need the shooters to come off the bench. I think right now that Chicago team just doesn't have it.
Yeah, I also don't think they have good perimeter defense as
Yeah,
far as Caruso. I think I would assume was a steal for them in the second round. Lonzo Ball is like their glue guy, and he's just
yeah.
always getting hurt, and you invested all that money into him.
Mm-hmm.
And for a team that has so much perimeter defense, they have no interior defense, none.
Yeah.
Vucevic, he's been rebounding the ball pretty good this year, but he's just
Mm-hmm.
not who they want him to be.
Yeah.
Um, you got Andre Drummond, who's been a serviceable backup big, but not a big impact on the whole team.
Yeah.
I think they should retool, man. I think they should blow up in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's having DeMar on the team where you expected Zach Levine to be your best player is kind of a bad thing in itself because Zach Levine can't at times thrive. Like it's hey, DeMar's the vet, DeMar's the one that's carrying us. At what point are they gonna let Zach Levine get the keys? So maybe
Yeah.
they sell high on DeMar. You got him as a free agent, although you did sign and trade some draft picks, whatever. Maybe you sell him high and get some guys that complement Zach Levine better or can help fill out their interior defense.
No, yeah, I completely agree. It's a great take for sure. The problem is, I think what you said it was Levine. He's hit or miss a lot of times. He's a great player. He'll get you the
Mm-hmm.
numbers. He'll put you in a position to win. I just think his problem is he doesn't do it on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
there's nothing wrong with DeMar being that guy because every team needs that guy to step up that has a leadership role. And right now, from what I'm seeing, DeMar is being that guy. And it's unfortunate because I agree with what you're saying. Zach's supposed to be the number one, not DeMar.
yeah.
But I think you can kind of just rally around DeMar for the time being. Like I said, we're still
Mm-hmm.
early in the season,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know right now the results aren't showing, but every player just needs that one guy. That's all it takes. But
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on Zach. I mean, if the Bulls are going to be at least maybe sneak in, because I know what are they right now? They're 12,
They're
13.
like, yeah, they're outside the playoff
Yeah, I
bracket.
mean, they can maybe make a push for the plan. I mean, but I think with this Bulls team, they just can't get
Close.
impatient. I really don't want them to get impatient. I just think they can trust this process, especially with Billy Donovan
Mm-hmm.
being there another year. But I didn't even think about what you said about DeMar. I mean, DeMar could also be a good guy to get out of there to bring in. I think you can get
I
more valuable assets out of DeMar.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, sometimes the goal of certain teams that have that, for example, they were a lottery team for the past like 3 years. They had
Mm-hmm.
White, Kobe White, Markkinen, Patrick Williams. Like
Yeah,
sometimes the goal for some of these teams are just to be good and make the playoffs and just to make
yeah.
some money. Like get fans in the seats.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's okay.
but
That's okay.
and it's okay, it's okay. But I think Zach Levine has to step up and be that number one if they want to have some true success. That's why I
Mhm.
don't. I think for me, what I've seen this past season is I like when organizations put pressure on some of these people, like as far as players, coaches, where it may be stressful for them, but sometimes you get the best results when you see guys around the league like Sean Marks with the Nets, who gets an extension with amid all the stuff going on. You
Right.
have to fire your head coach. Get the Lakers. Rob Pelinka gets an extension. You still have what's going on, although the Lakers are playing better.
Yeah.
The Bulls haven't really done anything. They made one playoff appearance, and
Mhm.
usually the one thing that you can really change to fix your team is the coaching position. And now
Yeah.
you locked in your coach, who is a good coach. You said he's
Mhm.
known around the league. He has some status, but you're kind of this kind of means you're going all in on the group you have because they can't really make any moves. They have no draft picks to go get good amounts of players. So I guess they're just gonna hold off. And like you said, we're only 20 games into the season, so
Mhm.
they have plenty of time. Lonzo Ball could come back. They could go on a big run.
Yeah.
But right now, I just question the move. I think the timing was just too soon. I would like to see this
Agreed.
later down the line, maybe even next
Yeah.
next summer.